Urban. Mr. Vogt.
Here.
Ms. Wakes.
Present.
Mr. McGinley.
Present.
Present.
The second public hearing has to deal with an amendment to the 2019 budget. This amendment is a result of the fact that we've received, or tentatively received, funding for a drug task force officer through the the Attorney General's office. District Attorney Salvanis was here the night she made her presentation, and this was on the work session that evening, so we had to speak with her that evening. From the proposed amount of money that we will be receiving from the Attorney General's office, Luzerne County will be responsible for the retirement portion of the compensation for that position. Anyone in the audience who would like to address the council in that regard? Anyone from the public who would like to step to the podium and address the council in that regard? Anyone from council having questions in this regard?
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Keller, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna ask, okay, we're creating this position for this year. Salary is taken care of by the Attorney General's office. And
Salary
healthcare,
and a few of the fringe things.
we have to pay for, I think, according to this, healthcare and pension, yeah. And
Not the health care, I don't believe we'll have to pay for, but the
Well, it
pension.
says here, Luzerne County would be responsible for funding healthcare and pension-related expenses.
Well,
But regardless, what happens the following year?
well, it's only in the budget, would only be in the budget for this year. So between now and the end of 2019. Going forward, they would have to make a request in the budget. Council would then have a review of that, obviously, and then make a decision based on the council's decision.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, my question was aligned with Mr. Kelleher's
Yes.
too. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the district attorney said that the position would sunset if it wasn't funded by the funds, but I don't want to speak for her, but I think that was the discussion point. And obviously, it's under our purview with the budget, so.
Absolutely. I
I think
mean,
it's
this
a
is
valuable
just a budget
position.
amendment for this year only.
Absolutely.
So the 2020 budget, if there is a request for that, then that would be under review for the council.
Yeah, I mean, I'd personally like to thank the Attorney General for thinking of us here in Luzerne County and for the good work our DA is doing as well. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Anyone else in that regard?
Yes. Does the money come to Luzerne County whether or not we have the position, or is it contingent on the establishment of the position?
That's a question that I probably cannot answer directly. I assume that we would get it once the position is established, but I have not had.
But it's specifically tied to the creation of a position?
That's right.
Okay.
Drug
So
task
if we
force
don't-
officer.
If we don't create that position, we don't get $45,000.
Or
Okay.
whatever amount,
Right, well, that's
prorated
what it
for
says,
2019.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, Mr. Shiner?
I have a question. Are we responsible for the pensions and benefits, or aren't we? Because I had heard that we were in discussion about this, that we were responsible.
We are.
Well, I thought we were responsible definitely for the pension, Mr. Shiner. That was discussed that evening. What I thought I understood to be correct on this, in all likelihood, the person who would be potentially hired, I mean, they have to go through a process and do the hiring, and I'm not familiar where they are at this point, would already have the health care from some previous employment. But we don't hire, and I don't know that for a fact. I mean, that's my understanding, but I don't have any, I can't make that statement, let's
So
put
we
that.
are responsible for the pension.
Very definitely. And it's roughly 5%, so you're talking something over $2,000. Okay?
Thank you.
The agenda submittal does say that Luzerne County would be responsible for funding healthcare and pension-related expenses.
Yeah. But I believe, my understanding about the health care was that, but that's my understanding. I think the district attorney would have to give us more information.
Is this on the district attorney's position? It's just the pension.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. So with that said, we will probably amend that resolution to indicate that? Okay? When we get to that point in the voting session. Anyone else? Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Ms. Wakes, second?
Second.
Mr. Perry? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition? Any abstentions? None heard. Motion carries. We will wait until 5:50 as advertised for the third public hearing.